Good evening, everyone. Ads here from Unity Trading Group. Good to be back. Tuesday night update coming at you. We got a lot to talk about for BTC. Before we start, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button if you can. And of course, you can tick the little bell if you want to stay updated on all of our future content that's coming in the near future. Gravy Train coming very soon. We're about to start recording some of the how-to content, I guess, behind the scenes. So this will be released very soon. So very excited for this to come at you guys. But BTC, where are we at? Where are we going? Where have we been? Man, I'm telling you, Elon Musk, he's been huge in this market the last couple of weeks, I guess. Weeks, days, even days. He's been relentless. So announcing that Tesla bought, I think it was roughly $1.5 billion of BTC over the course of January. And that news broke late last night about 1 a.m., 12:30, 1 a.m. Melbourne time. And we watched this push to 44K and of course now to 48,000 is the top for this current move. Where are we expecting this to go and where have we been? So yesterday we spoke about this uptrend, we spoke about this level of supply, and of course these two things resulting in a ascending triangle formation pushing to the upside, which usually breaks to the upside, and of course that came to fruition over the course of last night. So very nice to see BTC respecting the TA as well as the fundamental news that pushed this higher. What I'm expecting BTC to do, however, is cool off maybe a little bit. What we're looking at is price discovery now again at all-time highs at 48,000. So what we're going to do now is we're going to be drawing in our trend-based fib extension tool to really gauge where this can go and where it's been. And we can see where we can expect this to go over the next little bit. So what I'm going to do, we're going to keep it nice and simple. We'll go from swing low to swing high, back to the pullback. And there we have it. So we have our Fibonacci extensions. So from the 0 up to the 1, 6, 1, 8, and then we extend all the way up above that. I've got all the levels drawn in. You don't need to have all the levels drawn in, just the main ones. So 1, 2 7 2s, 6 8s, 7 8s, and the 2s and 3s and 1s and 100% extensions and everything like that. So right now we're sitting without fail at the 1618. That is 48390. That's basically a decent level there, and that's the most relevant zone, should you say, for the trend-based fib extension tool. 1.618. We all know 6.1 on the Fibonacci retracement tool is one of the most important levels to look for. So the 1618 on the extension is going to be the one to look for. And if you were watching keenly when we started this video, I had the retracement tool on my screen and we were sitting at the negative 618. So that's correlating nicely with the price right now at 48K. Above us, there's quite a number of different zones we can really look at. I've got the main ones drawn in. So we're looking at 1782, 272, 2618 there. I'd really keep it very tight at the moment in the way of our zones. Don't put all of them in, just the main ones. So these two speak volumes to me, and especially the one at around 50,000. So 178 correlates very nicely with 50K exactly. So if we are to be pushing down, holding this 272 and getting our sloping upwards momentum to test that 50K, that could certainly be on the cards for BTC. There's a number of scenarios that could play out over the course of the next couple of days. One is the one I just said, where we get this downwards movement before an upwards push. Or if we are to see these indicators cool off a little bit more so than just the 272, we could see a retest of the previous high, but that would be a big swing from 48 down to 42 again. We've seen it many times though. I'm not going to say it's impossible because it isn't. We've seen swings from 40 down to 32, so there's no reason why we can't see 48 down to 42. So it's an interesting play, but that could be an interesting or a level playing field, or that could level the playing field for the BTC indicators that are quite overbought currently. But I do want to just talk about caution for a moment. Because we have been relentlessly moving to the upside, we have literally gone from 38 to 48. There's a $10,000 swing in just a day or 24 hours. What goes up, not must come down in this case, but certainly can. So protect yourself on both sides of the book. If you are long, or if you're in a spot trade that you bought previously, you don't, like Ty said in the Discord today, you don't go broke taking profit ever. Okay, so something like that. If you are looking at a world of profit at the moment, I'd be taking small snippets along the way. That's how I trade. It's been very successful over the past couple of years. Small snippets as we go up, and of course looking for levels of opportunity as we come down. So if you are long, or if you are in a decent spot position, of course take some profit off the table and lock in those numbers. You don't want to be caught waving this goodbye as we come all the way back down. If we do, not saying we will, if we do, you don't want to be missing any opportunities to sell or to even give yourself some profit. But that's BTC. Currently, we are sitting at the 1618, just to reiterate, 618 on the fib extension. You saw how I drew that in. You saw the levels that I'm looking towards. You can set yours up exactly the same way I have. If you want to do that, you can pause the screen now to copy my levels. It does need a pullback after a parabolic pretty much move to the upside now, and I would be looking towards this 1272 45k if we are to get a movement to the downside. We are looking like we might, but this is getting bought up quite quickly, so don't bet on anything. Like I usually say, BTC needs a pullback, but it's not necessarily expected to happen. So I'd be looking personally towards the 1272, but if we don't get it, I'd be looking for this 618 to break, and of course looking at that 50k round number 178 for our next movement to the upside. But moving on, let's have a look at Ethereum. So ETH, where are we going? Where have we been? So Ethereum, we were looking at this movement towards this level of supply yesterday at the 00 at 1760. I didn't seem too keen on it moving past this, immediately, but of course the flurry on BTC lifted Ethereum and dragged it up past this level of supply. And of course we are seeing an upside potential now. I'm not going to draw the trend-based fibs for ETH straight away, but the 27 extension at 1910 will be the level that I'm looking towards for Ethereum if we are to continue. And of course, by looking at the chart currently and seeing the price action that I'm seeing play out in front of us live on this screen, of course, the 27 is going to be the next level that I'm shooting towards. And of course, we have enough room on the indicators, specifically RSI and specifically Steamroller. If we have a look at our Gravy Train indicator, you can have a look and keep updated on Gravy Train. So Gravy Train gave us a long signal around the cloud. So this is going to form one of our trading strategies with Gravy Train, where you can see cloud support. Even coming back here, we've got cloud support as we break through, come down, retest, and continue. So that's going to form one trading strategy that we'll show you over the next couple of days with Gravy Train. But we are moving to the upside nonetheless, and 1910 is where I would put Ethereum for this movement. We've got plenty of room to get there. Next one, LTC. We'll keep it nice, short, and sweet tonight. So LTC, we're really breaking through our upwards channel at the moment. Let me get the Gravy Train off the screen for the moment. We've really been breaking out of LTC. So what we were expecting to happen for LTC was this type of movement. We would be ping-ponging between a level before we would retest this level of supply and of course move to 180. Now, of course, the fundamental news that has come out overnight has pushed all the USD and USDT pairs upwards. That is no surprise at all. And I'd be looking towards this 180 level now for LTC to really continue and play out the swing strategy or the swing trade for this. So we're looking for a swing low, of course, at around 145 to about our swing high at 180 to be played out over the next little bit. Not too much more to say about LTC. The indicators just have enough room to run to the upside. Steamroller, I'm looking at you. We can get to 180. It's not far away, only about $9 away from our level of supply at the 180 mark. So I'd be looking towards that for LTC. The next one, the BTC Dominance chart. So the BTC Dominance is one that we've been paying attention to over the last couple of updates. And the reason for this is because we have been having a relentless move to the upside for BTC and the USDT pairs in general. So it is very much in your interests, if you trade BTC pairs, most of us do, to have this on your sights. If you are moving to the upside on the dominance chart, your BTC pairs are going to be moving down. Last night, I did share a couple of photos or a couple of screenshots in the Discord. It was quite late, about 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning, Melbourne time, but I was showing the difference or the correlation, not the difference, definitely the correlation between this chart here, the movement that we're seeing, and of course the BTC pairs absolutely giving some of it back. So you need to keep that in mind. We are just holding on the 50 at the moment in terms of the Fibonacci retracement on the dominance chart, and I personally do expect us to get up to the 78.6, and that would be a keen relevant level on our supply zone there at 65%. I'd be looking towards that for the next little bit. This was drawn on a daily time frame, but I'll be looking for 65% for the BTC Dominance. So keep that in mind if you're trading your BTC pairs. One more we'll have a look at this evening is going to be the FX. So the FX is a regulated market, not financial advice, of course, just ideas and opinions of Team UTG. The US dollar currency index, the DXY, is something that you need to keep an eye on as well. It measures the strength of the USD. Of course, BTC, LTC, Ethereum USD is all measured against USD. The quote currency is USD, so you need to keep an eye on it. If we are moving to the downside, you would expect a movement to the upside for the currencies that are based against it, BTC, LTC, and all the rest of it that we're used to. So you need to keep an eye on the DXY. With the DXY, we've been moving to the downside since our top out at 91.5. I did expect last night we would move towards our level of, we were actually here last night already, excuse me, my apologies. Last night, if I do remind myself, we were looking for a movement back up, and we were looking for a break of these levels of fibs, of course, just to the upside. We didn't get that. More than likely, and I say this with a little bit of reserve, more than likely that move, that relentless upwards momentum on the DXY, on BTC and all the cryptos that we've been seeing paired against USD has pushed this towards the downside. As the crypto cap, the market cap grows, as more money enters this market, this is going to become more and more apparent as we see the DXY become correlated with Euro, for example. As we are at the DXY moves down, Euro moves to the upside, we will see a very similar pattern emerge on the BTC chart as the market cap becomes higher and higher, because these two will be more and more correlated. And of course, the movements in BTC will affect the DXY even more as more money flows into, as more USD flows into BTC, the correlation between the index and BTC itself will become more apparent. If we move to the downside, we will expect a movement to the upside, but it requires a lot more capital. So we're keeping this loosely correlated at the moment. But in any case, let's find our level of demand for the DXY. Of course, we are looking at 90.6. My knowledge and my opinions, of course, look at 90.6 being the next point or the next stopping point for the DXY, as we are getting rejected on this trend line that we're seeing being retested currently. But that really concludes the update for this evening, I'm sure, and I hope it's been insightful. Give us a like, hit the subscribe button, share this around if you find it insightful. Where the Discord has been fantastic over the last couple of days. Get involved. The link is down below. It's in the banner. It's in our description. Really, just get involved. We keep it nice and on topic. 99% of the time, of course. So get involved, come and join the conversation, and we'll see you in there. Bye for now.